Are you bored of using the words happy, sad, angry, bored when you are talking about your emotions? Well, all of us are emotional, right? We go through so many emotions, and some of us, frankly, go through multiple emotions in 1 hour, probably. But in today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to express your different emotions in a much more creative way. Okay, so don't go with the boring, happy, sad, angry. No, we will do it another way. My way, the creative way. So let's have a look at the first way to talk about an emotion. Now, what emotion are we talking about when I say flying high? If you are flying high, obviously we're talking about an elevated mood, a good mood, basically. So, that basically is to be extremely happy. So, the next time you are happy with a big smile on your face, you want to use the phrase flying high. I would say something like, she's flying high after the successful job interview. So maybe she went for a job interview. She got a great package, a great job offer. So, was she happy? Well, now you want to change that to, she was flying high. There are some people who are pumped up. Okay, now where does this phrase really come from? Which is the one organ in your body which pumps blood? Yes, the heart. And why does the heart pump blood? Well, when you're super excited. Well, the heart always pumps blood, but it pumps even more blood when you are super excited. So, this idiom basically means that you are very excited about something. So, you are pumped up. You are pumped up about something. In a sentence, you could say, he was pumped up for his first salary and had a list of things ready to spend it on. Okay, so let's say that you were an internee in a job, you were a job intern, and you were finding a job. It was difficult, but finally you got a great salary, you were flying high, and now when you actually got the money for your job, you were pumped up because you had to buy all these things and you were super excited because now you can do it, right? Because you got a good job. So let's go to another expression, another emotional expression, which is fool's paradise. What is a fool? A person who is quite stupid, right? A person who does not really use his mental faculties. But what is a person who is a fool's paradise? Can you be in a fool's paradise? Well, sometimes you can. If you are someone who is happy just by ignoring a problem. Now, this is not a clever person, okay? It's good to be happy, but if you are going to create a sense of happiness by ignoring a problem, well, that's not real happiness. That's you being very, very foolish. And that's why you are creating a paradise, a happy state of mind, even though you're actually really being a fool. Okay, so in a sentence, I would say, you must be in a fool's paradise by thinking that it will rain in such hot summers. Okay, so you go to like a desert and you're making yourself happy, assuming it's going to rain. Well, don't do that. You are in fool's paradise if you think that. Let's have a look at another emotional expression, to be down in the dumps. We know that flying high is an elevated mood because the word high talks about an uplifting mood. On the contrary, the word down means that your mood is probably not very good. Okay, so the exact meaning of this is to feel unhappy and hopeless. Okay, hopeless means you have no hope, you don't see a solution to your problems, and therefore you are very unhappy. I hope you are not down in the dumps, but if you have a situation that you see or that you encounter, you can say, she's a bit down in the dumps. Why? Because she has to take her final test all over again. Oh, poor thing. She gave her test. I think she didn't do too well. So she's a bit down in the dumps. She feels unhappy and hopeless. Okay? Let's look at another one. Some people, they bite someone's head off. Ouch. When you bite someone, well, that's painful enough. But biting someone's head off, What could that possibly mean? Let's have a look. It basically means to respond with anger, right? That's an expression, right? So you're angry at something, and when someone says something, you respond with anger. You should not do it, but sometimes when you're in a bad mood, I guess it happens. I would say something like, I asked him one simple question and he bit my head off. Well, he was sure in a bad mood, but next time if you want to say that, you're just responding in anger, don't say I was angry at him. You can say I bit his head off. Okay, but don't do that. Don't do that too much. We have another one, which is black mood. The word black, I'm wearing black, but I'm actually very happy, okay? So I'm not unhappy, but the word black refers to a negative state of mind, okay? Because black is a dark color. Maybe that's the connection. So this phrase basically means to be very irritable, angry, and depressed, okay? So some people, they're always angry, they're always like annoyed, they're always depressed. So they're basically in a black mood. So in a sentence, you could say, she's scared to mention the weekend trip as her mother is in a very black mood today. Okay, this really happened to me when I was a child. If my mom was in a black mood, if she was angry or depressed, I just keep my mouth shut. Okay, so that's a black mood. Not a good mood to be in. Our next expression is being afraid of your own shadow. Okay, everyone knows what's the meaning of being afraid. Afraid refers to fear. So if you are afraid of your own shadow, it's not just normal fear. It's a fear where you are extremely frightened or terrified. So it is fear, but a very heightened sense of fear, a very high degree of fear. In a sentence, you could say, although she's a confident speaker, but at times she's afraid of her own shadow. That is true. Like there are some people, when you see them on stage, they may seem very confident, but maybe in their personal lives, they're people who are extremely terrified of something or someone, and that's being afraid of your own shadow. Now, some people feel out of it. Now, I have to say that this expression does not really convey the actual mood, but when you feel out of something, I'm assuming it's something negative because you're out of something. What does it mean? Let's have a look. I'm just assuming, but let's have a look to be sure. You do not feel in your normal state of mind. Okay, what do you mean by normal state of mind? You feel a little bit strange. You feel a little bit out of place maybe. You don't feel too good, in short. You don't feel too bad either, but you feel a little uncomfortable, so to speak. When does that normally happen? Let's see a sentence. He's just woke up from a night of heavy drinking and he felt so out of it. Okay, so when someone drinks a lot and when they wake up, they have, what is it called, a hangover, right? So they don't feel too good, right? They may have a headache, they may feel a little bit groggy. They don't feel too good, so they feel out of it. Okay, that's when you can use this phrase. Now, some people are ambivalent about. What does the word ambivalent really mean? Let's have a look. It basically means that you have opposite feelings about something or someone. Okay, so you feel two different things at the same time. It's possible. Yes, it is possible. Sometimes your mood is kind of like split between happy and sad, good, bad. Okay, so you're ambivalent about something. In a sentence, I would say she's ambivalent about the guy she met yesterday. He spoke nicely, but he looked a little strange. So she kind of thought that she trusted him, but on the other hand, her intuition said that there's something off about him. So she was trusting him and yet not trusting him. She was ambivalent about him. Okay. All right, let's have a look at another one, which is be at the end of your rope. Okay, now, I don't know if you've ever gone bungee jumping, but you are tied, there is a rope tied to your waist, and you have to kind of jump off a bridge, and you are at the end of a rope, which means you are in a very difficult, in a very dangerous position, right? So what does this phrase really mean? When you are at the end of your rope, the feeling is about being upset because you can't deal with a difficult situation. So some problems are so difficult, so extreme that you feel like there is no way out. And that's when you feel very upset, very desperate. You're at the end of your rope. Okay, of course, bungee jumping is a lot of fun, but it basically means that you're really upset because you can't see a way out. Sounds like you're at the end of your rope. I know you're really upset because it's a difficult situation. Can I help you with some of your chores? Can I? Because I know you're upset. Okay, a nice way to help someone who is definitely at the end of their rope. Okay, I hope you can use these expressions to talk about and describe your varied emotions. I believe I've covered a lot of emotions today. Tell me which ones you would like to use. I know that all of us, including you and me, we go through these emotions every day. And we need to use them with some really smart expressions. And I believe these are it. So if you want to use them, put your comments below at the end of this video and tell me how you are going to use them in your own sentences. I'll see you soon with another lesson. Until then, this is me saying, keep flying high.